that you are using the chat box instead of writing on the screen or going to the audio. All right. So before end of the webinar, I'll make sure that I'll be answering all the questions that you might be having. Let me begin with the introduction. I'm the Sandeep Pingale, founder and MD of Econstruct Design and Build Private Limited. In this company, we are practicing many civil engineering, different types of projects. We are there into the construction, consultancy, and corporate trainings. And we are conducting many events that are related to the research and development. We are conducting many events that are related to the BI and technology as well as structures, as well as into the project management systems. There are many upcoming areas are there, particularly in the artificial intelligence. This artificial intelligence topic is evolving. It is not a static, it is quite dynamic. Every moment there are, so many people are adding a lot of data. Data not only in your computers, but also into the servers, but also there into the cloud computing and the galaxies which are connected to the cloud computing. For example, Earth is there. On Earth, you are having one moon. All right, like that. In our solar systems, you will see that many planets that are revolving around the sun. Now, this particular planet is also, this particular galaxy is also revolving with another galaxies. So similarly, there are so many cloud computing servers are there that are also getting collaborated with the generic cloud computing mechanism that are related to the AI servers, artificial intelligence servers. So this is whatever I'm talking to you is not about anything related to the static. Everything it is related to the dynamic in nature. So it is quite evolving. So every day you will see that so many things are getting evolved. So let us dive into the subject and how this AI is going to get benefit to the basic branch of engineering, which is the civil engineering. So if you know that the first branch of engineering that has started, basically it has started with the living. Okay, where we should be living. Where, I mean, like not on the trees, not on the caves, what should be the place where we will have, you know, um, better sanitation facilities, better living environment, a protective environment with all the facilities so that we can focus on so many other things that are related to the inward journey of, the human mankind. So that's how the engineering has started with the civil engineering branch. It has started with the only the construction which is related to the where we are going to live. Now later on, after the living is sorted, then how to go here and there. So roads and many other areas. So automatically the civil engineering, so many different branches have started. So what are the how are you going to go to the many areas? So aviation industry, then you will see the roads and railways and many other industries, transportation, whereas environmental and all. So AI has introduced not only into the one small little tiny line of a civil engineering, but it has enhanced to many different lines. So let us discuss in a very broad term today that how this particular AI is going to get change the very perspective view of civil engineering aspects. Now AI into the civil engineering. Artificial intelligence, it is basically, as I said, that it is rapidly developing, rapidly changing. A lot of automation is happening. The computers are talking with each other. They are evolving. A lot of that is generating generic AI systems. There are certain systems that you type certain things. I think most of you might be knowing the Chat GPT, which is the founder member of the AI. Okay, so for writing the emails, for communicating certain things to your bosses, or maybe, typing, your own resumes. Many things are getting conducted through the artificial intelligence and machine learning through the chat GPT. Along with the chat GPT, as you know that many companies that have, they felt it insecure, like for example, Google, because most of the people, if they wanted to do something, they will first of all go to the google.com and they will search certain information. But after, starting the chat GPT, particularly this AI tool, Google have identified that the searches which was coming onto their website, the traffic which was coming onto google.com, it has gone to the chat GPT, and the obviously it is hitting the business. So obviously they had to come with the Bard and so many other different AI systems. Unfortunately, hurriedly they failed a couple of times, but yes, eventually every domain, whether it is the Microsoft, whether it is Google, whether it is Apple system, which is Macintosh, many operating systems, many software systems, many different platforms. This AI is getting induced. What I'm trying to say is, previously there were typewriters. Later on, the computers has come. Now, if you imagine that, no, I wanted to be a typewriter only, you will be thrown out of the industry, because the computers has given added advantage that you can edit certain things which you have typed, you can do the spell check, you can save this, you can copy this, which you cannot do with the typewriter, obviously, right? So this is the same era of complete one of the shift in the computing that is happening. If you are saying that, okay, this is whatever reports and whatever these things you have done, it is basically through the AI. What exactly you are doing? No. AI is going to be a part of you and me. It has already become to many people. And it is going to be, more intrinsic relationship, not only with the computer science engineers, but also to the small engineers which are learning the engineering, or maybe who are then into the managerial level, or day-to-day activities are going to get resolved through the AI system. So it will be an intrinsic part of our day-to-day life. So civil engineering, as you know that this is the basic branch, and many things are still disorganized. The AI is coming in big way to make it a little bit more simpler. More complex problems are there, how we can solve it together, so that the complexity can be reduced by taking the help of the AI. That kind of systems are also coming into the AI, and say AI into the civil engineering. Now let us see that actually what kind of design systems are there. So I'll just play one video for you. Here you can see that a small video actually. In this, you will see that the generic designs, how the arrangement of the boxes, majorly for the internal system, that might be the interior design, that might be the infrastructure or the AI design, that might be the site layout design, or maybe the earthwork optimization design, that might be the urban planning or the land uses design. So many systems actually are coming into the play. Whereas actually many people are misunderstanding that it is there only in BIM technology or in structures. No. Here, if you see that this is the part where actually how the planning, or how the way that the internal boxes, the arrangements can be changed by doing certain iterations. The AI systems can help you with so many different iterations. As you have seen that here at the downside of the slide, you will see that the bridge design, infrastructure design, whether that is a site development, earthwork optimization, urban planning, structural optimization of the high-rise buildings and all. So a lot of things are getting induced in this, and the things are really getting too much excited. A lot of competence has generated. Initially there was a fighting between the consultants and all, actually, who actually is giving the more efficient design and all actually. So AI has really helped. More and more people are going to the AI systems to identify that how I'm going to give the best possible solution to my client. So design optimization or exploration. So there is a generative designs that are getting allowed by the civil engineers, and automatically it is going to get help. Okay, for all the people. You will see that the improved structural performance is also happening, and you will see that a lot of clarity would be there in many other areas. I would suggest that not to use the screen as a part of the sketches. Otherwise, mentors will take the people out. Right. So if you are having any kind of doubts, please make sure that you are adding into the chat box. Thank you so much. All right, so efficient planning or accelerated design iterations, you will see that the sustainability and the material efficiency, how the materials can be sustainable, how it can be more helpful, basically to add the sustainability into the structures and into the environmental friendly. So those kind of things are also coming up through the AI systems. Now I'm going to just explain you what are the things are there into the AI, and we will also try to see that how the things are going to be there. All right, so let's go to the next one. I think most of you might be knowing the software called Dynamo, or maybe the Revit. So Revit is the software actually where most of the BIM things it initiates or it starts. If you ask me, is it only the Revit which is having the AI systems? The answer is no. Autodesk is one of the pioneer when it comes to the BIM technology, but it's not the only one. It is, of course, one of the pillar, but it is not the only pillar. If you ask me, the another pillar is basically the ArchiCAD, whereas it is one of the direct competitor of the Revit. Okay, then there is a Tekla, which is another competitor of the Revit. Like that, there is Google SketchUp and many other softwares are there. And every software, let me tell you, that every software is, getting inside the AI systems, which is a beginning, which we call it as the generative, design approach or the changes approach. So as you know that, this is the AI system, actually the Dynamo system. Whereas if you do certain changes over here, so automatically the plan, designs, documentation and all actually, it changes over here in the Excel. Not only into the Excel, you will see that it is happening into the, actual Revit model. All right. So this is plug and play. You don't need the knowledge about the Python and all actually. You have to just plug in these kind of systems, and you need to take these systems inside over here and start adding the dependencies and give the different flows basically. If you spend, let's say, for example, 3 weeks to 1 month, or maybe, if you are not able to devote the 100% time, maybe couple of months, you will see that into the subject of, the Dynamo. Uh, why the Dynamo is very important? It is initially, it was the part of, different software. But right now, if you, I'll just show you the software. All right, so you can see this. This is the Revit software. And in the Revit software, you will see initially there is architecture here. So you will see that a lot of architectural things are there here. All right, so there is a wall, there is doors, there is windows and all actually. Now you will define all the architectural systems here. Then you will go to the another system, which we call it as the structural system, which is beams, columns and all actually. Now, if you know that the Revit, now this is a building actually, one of the high-rise building in Bhubaneswar. Like that, you will see that over here, architecture, Revit structure, then you will see that the steel, precast, all the panels. So whenever you click any particular button, which we call it as the structures, means the Revit structure will start. If you click the architecture, all the architectural things would start. If you go to the steel, you will see that the steel structures would be there, whether it is a connection design, whether it is a plate, boards, the connections and all, actually all the systems would be there. Precast is also one of the tool where you can, generatively you can design, analyze it and manufacture it at some site. And you will just import this actually into the, this software. Systems. Now, systems is basically the MEP things and all actually. So you will have piping, ducting, sprinklers, electrical conduits, and HVAC system, which is the AC ducting and piping also will be there. Later on, you will see that you can insert so many other tools and platforms over here. This can be the global, basically XML. XML is basically the import export kind of platform. Okay, it is a programmatical areas where anybody can write up code and they can exchange the data to this particular software. You can also import it from the CAD link or different other links are also there. So if you ask me the insert, actually, you'll see the cloud point cloud or cloud management systems are also there. There is actually IFC files. You can link the other Revit files also in this, or you can directly link the topographic model from the total station over here. So like that, many systems are here which are related to the Revit. And the software is very inclusive, means it is not only developing certain tools for you, actually a model for you, it is also accepting all other computer models which you are developing in any other software apart from the Autodesk, provided that you are just linking it properly with the proper 000 coordinates, which is the origin point of a particular model. Correct? Apart from that, you will see a lot of annotations. This is basically getting utilized for the places where you are creating the sheets and all. Actually, you will be able to analyze certain things, whether that is a structural, loading and all, where you can export the file to the robot or ETABS or any other software like StatPro and all, and you can import that file from those software, which is the structural analysis software, to again back to the Autodesk, which is the Revit software. So this is the analyze. Is it only the structural analysis is there? There are so many other types of analysis are also there. Massing and the site. So this is basically the site and the contour management. Or if you are having a shape of the building, if you want to create so many different types of shapes of the building, you can also create it in this. There is a collaborate function. So there is a, inside the office, generally in our master study, we teach you that actually what happens is inside the office, you will have the server through which you can, share the files through a common server. You can also do that actually through the internal network server or onto the cloud server. So many different, server configuration and coordination management, reconciliations, and all the different types of interference check and the clash detection check and all we can do with this particular tab, which is a collaborate tab here. There is a collaboration that is happening in this particular software called Revit, or you can do the collaboration into the Navisworks also. Okay, that thing is also possible. You can export this particular file and from the Revit to the Navisworks, because both are there into the common Autodesk platform. All right. If you go to the view option or manage option, actually you will see that different viewing options are there: 3D view, plan elevation sections view, hidden views and all actually. And then there is a manage option where you can have management of different parametric functions as well as the material functions. And here at the last side, this is what is very important from the AI perspective. This is the Dynamo, guys. Where is the you can play the Dynamo player and you can have the Dynamo systems in this. All right. So Dynamo is basically a kind of interface that they, instead of having, because many civil engineers are not open for the coding and writing the codes actually. Whereas in this particular software, there is an extension that you can have the plug and play, that even if you do not have the knowledge about the coding stuff, but you can just plug and play, and this is the workflow which I wanted to do. I want to calculate the only the plastering quantities. I want to calculate only these quantities, the doors and windows. I want to calculate the structural steel quantities. So you can write a plug and play kind of environment. You can generate that. Through that, you can find out basically whatever the sheets or the quantities that you can have it over here. All right. So apart from that dynamo things, we will see that. Just a moment. Apart from that dynamo thing, there is a option where you can convert that as a part of connection directly to the Python. In the advanced level, you can easily conduct that. I'd like to give you one small video here. So you can see that this particular changes. So automatically, certain things are getting changed, and automatically the color combinations, the adjustments, and the functions over here, you can create, different inputs, outputs, results based on the requirements that you might be having. So many different options would be there. A lot of studies. This is basically a small dynamo function, which is a a part of the AI systems actually over here. And you can generate certain systems which you feel that is more appropriate for your client, and you can export back to the the Revit and create the model which is required for your client. The most optimization model can be generated through this, and you can convince your client that this is my model, and how do you have arrived at that particular phase. That also can be done. All right. So if you ask me, that this is the planning stage, which is the architectural planning. Similarly, the same thing can be there, happen in the structural. So you will see that different the options about the planning stuff based on the requirement which client has given. And these are the different options, and the ratios and the total areas and all other things. So depending upon the parameters that you are given, the restrictions that you are given, or the choices that you are given, based on that, the software would calculate its own studies by using the AI systems of the Dynamo, and will give you the appropriate option over here. So this is basically the extension of the Revit modeling using the Dynamo, using the Python programming, and creating different options related to the AI stuff. Now, coming back to the place where, the rise of AI-driven construction, robots. So, as I said, actually, that, previously in a place where a lot of heat is there, a lot of, let's say, if there is a tunnel, or if there are certain areas where a human cannot. So there, actually, the robotics, or the construction, into the construction, you will have the robotics. So construction robot also are getting generated. Certain places, you might have seen certain cats or dogs. Actually, they will go to certain places. They will have their camera systems. It's like a drone, actually. But a drone is generally going inside the air and trying to identify that. But at some places, the drone cannot fly. So at those places, actually, such kind of things can happen. And believe me, inside the water also the fishes are getting created, not the actual fish, but the robotic fish where exploration under the sea, what all the things are there and all actually you can identify what are the problems are there, issues are there. Okay, related to the under the sea, what are the there is a different world out altogether. Imagine that you are having a project that to put actually underwater under the sea, if you because most of the internet which you are currently enjoying the benefit of this webinar and the meeting, it is through the internet, and this internet is not coming through the satellite, it is generally coming through the underwater, the our networking stuff. So if you are belonging to that particular project, so the laying of all these things also generally happens. What is the shortest distance through which, because the cable is very costly, so which is the shortest way that you can have that cable without deteriorating the quality. And if the underground, what is the levels are there, which is underground sea level is also not exactly uniform. So those kind of things also can happen actually through this. And different robotics are getting generated. Some of the robots, actually, I have given it to you over here. You can pause the video because we are going to, upload this particular video later on. Okay. And in this particular slide, you will see that a lot of different list of applications and the robots that are happening. Now let us see what are the applications. One application is, you will have the earth moving and the excavation kind of building robots. This is basically the automated, bricklaying. So how are you going to, put the bricks actually? All right. So this is related to the intersections in the bridge, highways, and all actually. These are the ties, rebars, intersections, and all actually. So this is the robot which will do that. So this is another robot which is basically the material handling and lifting and all. This is the robot which is getting generated in the drilling areas and all. And this is basically for the 3D printing of the walls or individual walls or the entire houses actually can be done with this particular robot. So AI, it is not just the AI in terms of the design. Many people they say that AI is like in the Revit Dynamo. No, no, that is one particular option, but there are many options. Now let me tell you, if you are giving one particular site, you will see that, and if you give that certain options that I wanted to based on the Vastu Prakara, this is using the entrance from here, then kitchen, and these are the probable sizes and all. You can get the help of the chat GPT, put that data into the machine learning, and there are so many AI tools are there. Within hardly certain minutes, you'll have 20 different options. Okay, I'm not saying that those options you can straight away put it in front of your client. No, here we require the engineering aspect. So which particular plan is good for my client? That particular option you need to enhance and develop it further to get the best output for your client. So that is the beauty of the AI. Don't think that the AI is completely going to replace the existence or the requirement of a human being. That I don't think in the next 20, 30 years is going to happen. Okay, but we need to embrace it. It's like, as I still remember during the era where the computers have come into the market, many people they said that, abhi sabke job chale jayenge. All the people will not have the jobs. People will be jobless. There would be a lot of people, they will not be getting jobs and all actually. So that has not happened. The change in the environment of the job nature has happened. And the people who have changed, like I said, that typewriters, you need to convert yourself from the typewriters to the computers. You need to upgrade your skills, you need to upgrade yourself. So similarly, now you need to upgrade yourself to the machine learning and AI systems. What are the different tools are there? Previously, whatever the tools were there. Now, many people were not knowing the basic tools only, like ETABS is there, which is structural designing software. You take the SAP 2000, you take the STAT Pro, you take these are structural designing softwares that they do not know those softwares only. So learning AI would be completely impossible for you because this is like higher versions of that. All these tools are basically inside those tools. All right. So it is something like, you wanted to take the information from the AI systems, but you do not know the certain basic things that how to ask or how to, put on your computers or laptops. So you should know the computers and laptop. At the same time, let's say for ChatGPT in certain areas, you should know the basic English, how to ask the questions, how to ask certain things, what all the things are there in those systems to ask specific answer, because it is very generating. It will give you the answers which are very vague and which you may not like it. So you need to ask the questions in a particular format to get the answers. So similarly, into the construction industry, into the civil engineering industry, we'll see that these robots and all actually are going to replace certain people, no doubt about it. But a lot of repetitive tasks, the clerical task, that only is going to get changed. If you ask me, the task which is very intuitive, or which is related to the plan passing and so many different complex, uh, I don't think that in the next 5 to 8 years it is going to get replaced. If the generative AI is going to get, because that is also happening actually, yeah, simultaneously. All right. So if the levels of those areas are getting so much mature, and at the same time, the softwares are also, they are they if they succeed to develop this to match the speed of that generative AI, then a lot of people which are there into the drafting areas, draftsman areas, or which are there into the just the modular areas, so many people they learn the Revit modeling. So many jobs are there that okay, I will learn the Revit and I'll get the job. So if you think that side, that I will learn the Revit and then I'd get a job. So obviously within 2 3 years you are into that suicide situation, because those jobs will not be there. Those jobs will be taken over by the AI systems. All right. So learn the entire BIM technology, how this technology is going to help you into the project management, because project management is one very important area through which you are getting the help of the BIM systems. And AI is going to help you to get the most optimized solutions, right? So AI is not only coming into the designing, AI is also coming into the execution. Now, this AI-driven construction robots is one of the example where you will see that the execution part is coming, so that it would not only the reduce the human error kind of things, it will also reduce the construction timing. Okay, the time that is required for construction. It is also certain areas where the labor intensive task is there are repetitive areas, those kind of areas, as I said, actually in this particular aspect, you will see that those areas, it is easy basically to replace in certain areas where very high temperatures are there. A human being cannot go there. There we can use this kind of robot. So that kind of thing is really happening in a big way. All right. So this is the AI-driven construction robots thing, which I wanted to explain. All right, so this is the rise of AI in the construction robot, which I wanted to share. All right, so this is a small video which I wanted to show you guys. All right, now you will see that here drones and other applications. Now, this is one of the crazy topic and that is getting really highlighted in many areas. All right, so you will see that enabling the site, inspections. So as you know that this is a robot, actually, a site engineer is taking this robot and checking most of the areas and that are getting recorded. All right, so high precision surveying, mapping, structural health monitoring, progress, automated progress tracking and site management, safety and compliance system management, material and inventory management, site analysis, environmental monitoring, geotechnical assessments, disaster response and damage assessment, real-time collaboration and all actually. So there are many different applications out there when it comes to the drone. All right. So drones and AI is also, helping many areas. As you know that nowadays the photo, if you add the photograph actually, which hairstyle is good looking on me, that also actually the AI is giving. So many areas it is really getting enhanced and it is very dynamic. You have to keep an eye that all the time that where and all actually it is getting. If you ask me the drones and all, actually, if you see that certain places where every time the engineers cannot go, certain AI systems would be there, the robotic systems would be there, the drone systems would be there. Certain areas where you cannot place the camera, the drones can go there and do this. As you know that most of the borders, you cannot keep human beings there because they would be easy target to kill, right? Like India-Pakistan border or China border and many other areas, you will see that sensitive areas, it's very difficult. There is a deterrence probably to the life. So drones are a comparatively better way that if we because this is not that costly basically, right? So that is also one type of surveying basically, right? So surveying, mapping, all these things are happening through this. So structural health monitoring is also like that. So how the things are working, is it really working properly or not actually? That also, traffic related things are also going to happen with that. A lot of cameras are getting, instead of putting the drone, if certain things, repetitive things are happening only at one particular place, you put the camera instead of the drone. So those kind of analysis, which we could call it as through the videography, through the photography, through the data sensing and many other areas. See, the eye can read what kind of things actually. The text it can read the picture, which is the still photograph actually, and it can read the any video, right? So those all the things which you are trying to see and do the analysis, that kind of analysis engine is getting converted into the AI. So it is really getting surprisingly in a completely different direction, and we require to constantly monitor and map our intentions and our skills into those areas. If you feel that this is something which is not real, a person should go and do all this, believe me, after 5 years you will see that your knowledge is of not useful to anywhere in the industry. That is going to happen. Let's say, for example, I still know many engineering professors are there. They are very excellent in their domain expertise are really good into the understanding of basic structural engineering, basic project management, and the fundamental science of a civil engineering. But since they are not knowing the software things, the basic fundamental softwares, like softwares related to the structural engineering, the BIM technology, the project management, even the professors are feeling certain vacuum. It's not only the professors, it is for the certain managers and the directors of a company also. You go to any company who is little like 60 65 years age actually, he is knowing a lot of knowledge related to the structural engineering, project management, BIM technology and all actually. But since he is not knowing the softwares, a lot of vacuum will be there developed inside his understanding. So those kind of things are also there actually. So I would request each one of you to get inside the basic softwares and into the AI system. All right, so let's go to the next slide. 1 minute. Okay, drone and AI enabling the inspection and all. You will see that, inspection is happening for the what are the constructions are there, what are the agricultural things are there, what are the water resources, how much is it a flood, is it a drought, what kind of systems are there, and that kind of mapping is happening. Nowadays, intelligence surveys are happening, the knowledge related to the different each, because video is basically mapping of different photos onto each other, right? If you put the photos in front of it, actually with certain speed, if it is going, the photo becomes like a movie, right? So same way, the drone and the AI systems are actually scanning each and every, photo frame. Each and frame by frame, it analyzes and gives the realistic data, which would be helpful for the inspection. All right. So another thing is AI powered, structural health monitoring. So like that, you will see that there are a lot of, AI powered structural health monitoring systems are there. Now, let me tell you, in India only, I have identified more than a dozens of bridges actually, which are completely under vibrations. Anytime it will fall down. There are so many dams are also there under the crack, and they might be getting exploded actually in many areas, particularly in the South India, where Tamil Nadu and Kerala junctions, many areas. It has came to the newspaper also and into the social media also, that big dams, all India, Asia level big dams that are under problem, because those dams are constructed, hundreds of years back. Okay, 200, 250 years back actually, and you will see that, a lot of, because it's a concrete, right? The cementatious properties of the cement will try to, because cement is a binding material. It tries to bind certain things up to certain extent, right? End of the life means the cementatious material will lose that binding properties. Right, so that's why you will see that a lot of deterrence, and certain areas like such a big dams and all, actually after so many years, because you have put thousands of crores of rupees. Now again, if you want to put it back to that, actually it creates a lot of problems, right? So such kind of systems are also creating the issue. That's why the AI powered, structural, these kind of things are also required actually, and because this is related to the safety. In India, it has happened in Pune also. Khadakwasla Dam got broken, and entire city, Pune city, was under the the flood. Actually, everywhere there that was, it was long time back, almost around 45, 50 years back. Mm. So it has happened during that particular time. So, and not only one time, I think couple of times it has happened. And if you see that during the event of earthquake itself is a traumatic situation. And also you will see that in Japan, recently it has happened that nuclear power plants, the leakage has happened, the nuclear leakage has happened. So there is a catastrophe and there is another catastrophe, right? So a lot of multifolded catastrophical things that are happening. Right. If you see the Ukraine and Russia war, during that time also there are certain nuclear power plants are there. Now, please don't do anything. Please don't bomb on this nuclear systems that many NATO countries are trying to Russia negotiate with them and all. So basically, this is structural health monitoring system that is very important. Okay, now if you see that here, actually there are certain camera systems and all are there. This can happen through the satellite imageries also. This can happen through the drone systems also. And this can happen with certain instrumentation that you are putting it here. So many, different systems are there. You can see here the time series forecast models, and you will see that there are so many different types of networks are there, which is going to help actually for the employees and the AI technicians and all that. So this is one of the area where the AI systems are coming in a big way. All right. So let's go to the next. Now, AI powered structural health monitoring system. Now, this is purely to the building structures. Actually, previously that was the infrastructure. This is related to the building structures, structural health monitoring, health. This is the index development. You will see a lot of data acquisition, sensing technologies, and all are coming. Okay, Internet of Things, IoT, and the development of smart sensors. Even the mobile that you are having on the plan, the entire this planet. Where are you? The mobiles are, are showing you, right? So that's a great innovation. Basically, you can see that who are your dear ones actually, right? If they are got lost anywhere, actually they will show you that your live locations you can share. Right. So basically, the sensors are becoming so powerful, so that you'll get to know such kind of things very easily, and you will get the data acquisition and sensing methodologies through this technology. All right. So let's go to the next. This is another type of video which just wanted to play. This is cloud computing and the AI integration, guys.
A construction team's ability to deliver projects on time and budget hinges on resolving issues before breaking ground. Every year, crashes in the field can cost tens of thousands of dollars each, adding up to 5% of the total construction budgets. With advanced digital automation capabilities, design and coordination teams can improve the process of producing quality constructible models and designs. Introducing Autodesk BIM Collaborate, cloud-based model coordination and design collaboration solution, part of the Autodesk Construction Cloud. Leveraging a common data environment, Autodesk BIM Collaborate empowers BIM managers, design, and trades to take part in the design and model coordination process to resolve issues at the same time in the same place. Improve cross-team accountability by tracking project deliverables with an environment that details their goal, left and right. Integrate multidisciplinary models seamlessly in one space to facilitate design review and production action. With automatic crash testing, design and trade teams can design check their work, protecting against non-recoverable labor costs. Accelerate design through round-trip issues management. Resolve issues created in the cloud directly in Revit and Navisworks. When issues arise, use the Autodesk Construction Cloud to streamline issues by sending the check of issue details, list models, and assign stakeholders. When design changes occur, teams can visualize full versions, identify disciplines that are affected, and even set up notifications to keep track of critical items. Powerful analysis tools that empower people managers and owners the ability to track the progress of construction projects and insights to better predict for bills. Reduce cost of labor and accelerate project timelines with Autodesk BIM Collaborate.
Right. So this is the Autodesk BIM Collaborate system, which is basically one of the AI system which they have developed, Autodesk Construction Cloud actually, through which you will see all this magic. Another thing is there is a virtual and augmented reality, what we call it as the AR and VR systems in the construction. So you will see that over here, you can see that the person is having some kind of you know gadget in front of their eyes, and they are basically walking or seeing inside the particular project. Same thing is actually it is happening not in front of their eyes, but instead in front of their tab. All right, and they will see that what is happening, what is going to happen onto the project. So one is the virtual reality, another one is the augmented reality. All right. So how do we, deal with this? So this kind of techniques are coming. Most of the times, the models are generally getting generated uh, into the Revit software and into the BIM software, and then it is getting plugged inside the many of the AI systems. As I told you earlier, this data, it's getting simulations between the different types of consultants. like architectural, structural, plumbing, electrical, fire, facade, and many, many other stakeholders like builders, contractors, subcontractors, investors, as well as compliance team, site management team, finance team, and many other teams. So all the stakeholders, they will have a work common platform through which they can all deal with this. And based on that, you will see that magical things are happening through the AR VR technology. Right? You will see that the AI-based, traffic management system, the transportation system, that are also coming in a big way. And you will see that a lot of improvements are coming. Right? Long time back, actually, you'll see that the tickets you need to take it just to, go into the toll. We call it as the toll plaza. Right? Nowadays, actually, you will see that it has came through the app that you pay the money and automatically the somebody will scan and you will go. Believe me, almost 18 years back, I have seen in Dubai, actually, you need not stop. There are no, uh, tax collection booths, actually. Tax means the toll tax, right? You just pass on and your QR code will be automatically scanned along with this. And automatically the data is linked and your money is going to get deducted. If you don't pay the money in time, there is a fine. So you need not stop at any moment of time, right? So that kind of data is already, it was existing 18 years back in Dubai when I was there in Dubai. All right. So just imagine how the things are changing actually, right? If somebody is not driving properly, if the dash driving is there, the data is getting collected through the satellite. So everybody is following the rules, traffic rules, automatically. If somebody is not following, automatically the fine is happening. And every year there is it's like a subscription. You need to renew your license, the vehicle license, and your own license. So automatically you have to pay the fines so that you can renew the license. So that is happening actually across the globe, and I'm sure that in India also it will happen eventually. It will be a little bit not convenient to many people who wanted to drive not properly, but it will create the traffic management systems properly so that the accidents and the people death which is happening, the accidents that are happening, severe accidents that are happening in India, that can be saved. So this is the kind of real data based management and AI systems that are coming in a big way. You will see that AI-based traffic management and the transportation system, how it is working. All right. So here also you'll see that, what kind of vehicles are there, from where actually, how many people are there, what are the time zones, how the signaling systems should work and many other things. And you will see that a lot of signal management system unfortunately to come to India to that level within the next 4 5 years, it is, I don't know if it will be that easy, but if there is a good political will, I'm sure that it is really having that, at least to the national NHAI and all other bodies actually working, but individual small cities, town place, actually it is still not working. Just few days back, actually, few months back, I'd been to place Surat, actually. Nobody is, checking the traffic routes. Even if it is a red signal, everybody is going and coming. All right, so there's a mindset, actually, and at the same time, the signals also need to be set in such a way that it should make sense. There is nobody, actually, it should change the scenario of the signaling. So both the things, actually, it is from the AI systems also, it is from the other systems also. It has to work properly so that it will be very lucrative for the people to make it more easy for the driving purpose. Right? So this is coming, the AI systems are coming in a big way to the transportation and traffic management systems. All right, so this is the conclusion basically, by integrating AI into the traditional engineering process, civil engineers can unlock new levels of proficiency, precision, innovation, tackling complex challenges that were previously, thought it is impossible or insuperable, right? So that is going to happen, right? So from intelligence design and predictivity maintenance, so many things are going to get possible. So conclusion is actually don't think that my job is going to get to the machine. No, you need to embrace that system actually. So embracing AI system, that's what actually I've written it here actually. So embracing the AI systems actually, it is not just to keep the pace of the technological investment. It's basically redefining what's possible and pioneering and making a smart move actually, where more connected and more sustainable world, how we can make it. Okay, because it's not one person's intelligence, a lot of AI intelligence actually are using. Almost more than 60 lakh people worldwide are using the AI development. So each and every moment it is getting and more and more closer to the reality. So within just few years, you will see that a lot of difference is going to happen. All right. So with that said, actually, I would like to, tell you if there are any questions, please do ask me. If there are any questions, I'll just go to the chat box. Yes, I think Shri Ramanan is saying 3D scanning. Yes, it is coming in a big way. Which softwares will you recommend? Uh, um, See, in the BIM technology, if you ask me, you will see that um, Revit, you should start it first. If you want, if you are there into the engineering aspects of this, okay. For the architect, ArchiCAD is the best software. If you want to go to the industrial projects and all, actually, the Tekla is the best software. So all the softwares are getting inside the development of AI management. Right. So these are the softwares. Right. So if any other question is there, please do ask me in the chat box. Meanwhile, please fill up this particular form so that you will get the new if there are new ideas or something is there, we can contact you, and if there are new topics, new internships opportunities in our company, those are there, we'll definitely be in touch. All right, guys. So please fill up this form. So it would be helpful for us to, give you certain internship and certain different opportunities. Those are coming into the company. All right. Any other question, guys? Can you make a video screen on so that I'll feel that I'm not talking to just my laptop. I'm talking to the people. Let's throw some light here, guys. Yes. Can you put on your camera? Thank you. Please fill the feedback form. Those who have attended this. For drones, any internships are there and all actually. So you have to work on the live project. Let's say, for example, if there is a fort, nobody is having plans actually. Old fort like constructed maybe around 500-800 years back. Nobody is having plans and all that. What we do is we take the drones and we try to take the cloud, point cloud we call it as, and that cloud, it's like a total station. Those cloud points actually will be imported into the system, and through which actually the model generation will happen. Through that, the drawings and models are getting generated. In most of the places, it is happening. Right. So internships means yes, there is a scan to beam and CAD to beam. That is also there. If you are there into the CAD to beam means there will be the AutoCAD plan will be there with you, and from there you will start the beam management. And there are other systems which are like there are you will see that there are no CAD plans. So you directly track the drones and you get the drone plans or drone systems. That's how it is. All right, guys. Any other questions? Yes, please fill up the form and the feedback form. Thank you. I hope everybody has enjoyed this. Okay, so I think Kavya, are you there? You can just conclude this.
Please fill the form given in the chat box. Have you all got the link?
Any
Please fill
questions are there?
the
Please ask.
form. There is an attendance form also if you need any certification at the end. Form is mandatory. It is attendance form also, and we'll be using it for your certifications.
Mr. Ramanam, Shri Ramanan is asking actually that in what way Revit is integrated with the BIM. See, BIM is not a software. BIM is as a platform. Revit is one of the software. In the Revit also, Revit architecture, Revit structure, Revit MEP, Dynamo, InfraWorks, Navisworks, many different softwares are there, which creates the entire BIM platform, the Building Information Modeling platform. All right. So this is how it is. So integration in the sense, actually, the file data exchange will be there. You can have the cloud systems. So the cloud, you can exchange the data because none of the project is, only one person is working. There is a team of people actually will work. Say, I'll be working on the Revit architecture. Somebody will be working on the Revit structure. Somebody will be working on the Revit MEP. Right. So in the MEP also mechanical, electrical, plumbing, piping, many other people will be there. So communication coordination is very important, guys. If you are working, then it really gets a lot of information there, and you will see that the data is getting saved, the data is getting exchanged, and all actually. All right. So yes, I think the link is working. You can just copy this link and put that in the browser. We have tested that link is working in my laptop, at least is working. Make sure that you are, I don't know, there would be certain other issues. Yes, link is working. Yeah. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Shehbaz ji, for your good words. Right. So thank you so much for your attendance and looking into all this. So we'll come up with the certain projects also at the updated series where you will get a lot of information related to the individual projects, how we are working on to certain projects and all. Also, we will at least some mock sessions we are planning to take it. All right. So thank you so much, everybody, for your details, and we'll see you in the next session. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. If somebody is also having any doubts, please, ask in the chat box, please. Link is already given. Please make sure that, you are putting your attendance so that it will help us that to whom we are going to give the certification and other things. All right, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.
Sure. Please fill the form, everyone.
Please fill the